When you first turn into Johnson Shutins State Park, you will see the 2-story Black River Visitor Center. Right in the front doors is a main desk where there are some employees who are there to help answer any of your questions. They also have pamphlets and information about the park and any neighboring parks. Also on the first floor, there are exhibits ranging from the glades, rocks, plants, animals, and even life as an early settler in the Black River Valley. In the early 1800s, the Johnson family was among the early Scots-Irish settlers in this area that came west from the hilly countryside of Appalachia in search of better land. Here they found fertile valleys, vast uncut forests, and plenty of room for homesteading. By 1829, they had established a farm. 3 generations of Johnson families once worked this land, and 36 members of the family are buried in the small cemetery in the park. By 1900, many of the families that formed the self-sufficient community of Monterey moved away. Eventually, St. Louis resident Joseph Dislodge bought much of the land, donating it for a state park in 1955. Shutin is a term for a narrow constriction or gorge in a stream. The 3 main features of the Shutins are potholes, plunge pools, and chutes. Potholes form when waterborne sand and gravel get caught in fractures in the bedrock. Whirling round and round, they carve a circular hole in the rock. Plunge pools lie below many waterfalls where sediments scour holes in the bedrock below. Chutes are formed when erosion widens, fractures, and smooths the rocks, creating wild, natural water slides. The rugged terrain of the St. Francois Mountains in Johnson Shutins State Park is home to many natural landscapes like woodlands, glades, and rivers. The park itself has 17 different natural terrestrial communities and supports more than 850 plant species, 40% of the plant species of Missouri. The water in the Shutins is from the Black River. Also provided by the park are some campgrounds. They have water, sewer, and electric hookups. And if you don't feel like bringing a tent or a camper, they offer 6 year-round camper cabins to really give that authentic feel. Throughout the park, there are 7 trail systems. First one is the Black River Trail System, which is 3.15 miles with an estimated hike time of 30 minutes per mile. There's also a campground trail system, which is 3 miles, and access is located throughout the campground with an estimated hike time of also 30 minutes per mile. The next one is the Goggins Mountain Equestrian Trail. It is a 10-mile loop with an estimated hike time of 7 hours and 30 minutes. There's also a Horseshoe Glade Trail, which is a 1.5-mile loop with an estimated hike time of 1 hour and 10 minutes. There's also the Scour Trail with a 2-mile loop, estimated hike time of 2 hours. There's the Shutins Trail, which is 2.25-mile loop that will take 1 hour and 40 minutes. And the last one is the Tom Sauk section of the Ozark Trail, which is 14.5 miles one way, an estimated hike time of 14 hours and 30 minutes. During the warmer months, the park offers free life jackets to borrow for those who need them to swim. All right, I found an employee here. What's your name?
Jeff Ayers.
Hello. How long have you been working here?
I've been working at Johnson Shutins as the manager for approximately 10 years.
Oh, wow. What are your favorite parts of the park?
Obviously, the Shut-ins themselves is my favorite part of the park. And then as working, it's that the job's different every day.
Oh, that's awesome. If I were a visitor, what do you recommend is the most important thing for me to visit while I'm here?
Well, obviously, the Shut-ins is the most important feature we have, and we see roughly 300,000 people a year. And I would assume that most every one of those come here for the Shut-ins themselves. So that's the main feature, but there's a lot more to do here at Johnson Shut-ins than that. Our campground's really nice, lots of hiking, some really neat features besides the Shut-ins themselves.
All right, sweet, thank you.
Yeah.
The Tom Sauk hydroelectric plant, built in 1963, consists of a lake behind a dam on the Black River and a 1.5 billion gallon storage basin atop Prophet Mountain. Water is pumped from the lake to the storage basin, where it descends through a 7,000-foot tunnel in the mountain to turn electric combines. In December 2005, too much water was pumped up into the basin, and one of the walls bursted. Water rushed down the hillside in a wall estimated at 10 to 20 feet high, changing directions as it hit a hill just south of the superintendent of the state park's home. It tore down his home and left his family stranded in a tree, lifting his pickup trucks parked outside and crushed against another hill before washing into a nearby creek. This 1.3 billion gallons of water that was rushing down Prophet Mountain hit the state park and destroyed pretty much the entire thing. Ameren UE was forced to accept all responsibility and paid a hefty $15 million fine to repair the park. The only beverage that could have fueled me to walk through Johnson Shutins State Park's 8,647 acres is right here, A&W's Cream Soda.
Ah, crisp.
Crisp.
Yeah.